Tindall slams England's breakdown woes after Twickenham humiliation against Ireland. The 2026 Six Nations continues to deliver shocks and heartbreak, and England endured a night to forget at Allianz Stadium, Twickenham, as they were comprehensively beaten 42-21 by Ireland. Following the disappointment at Moy Field against Scotland, expectations were high for Steve Borthwick's Red Roses to restore some pride against their historic rivals. Instead, the visitors completely turned the tables, leaving England's squad, coaching staff, and fans reeling in disbelief. Former England World Cup winner Mike Tindall did not hold back in his assessment of England's performance, focusing particularly on their breakdown work, a key element that has repeatedly let them down during the campaign. That Ireland's surge defies expectations coming into the match. Ireland were far from fancied. Their campaign had been shaky, with an opening defeat to France and a hard-fought victory against Italy doing little to inspire confidence. On paper, England seemed poised to capitalize on this lack of form. Twickenham was buzzing with fans anticipating a strong home performance, hoping to see Borthwick's men regain composure and assert themselves after a humbling loss in Scotland. However, Ireland's response was emphatic. From the outset, they displayed intensity, precision, and a collective hunger that England seemed unable to match. Tindall highlighted that the visitors' performance wasn't just about individual brilliance, though players such as Caelan Doris and Jamison Gibson-Park impressed, but equally about the lack of cohesion and urgency on the English side. They were desperate to win that game, and I think a few of their individuals stood up and had great games, Tindall explained on the Good, the Bad, and the Rugby podcast. Yet he was quick to redirect the criticism, stressing that England's deficiencies, rather than Ireland's excellence, were the real problem. England's urgency deficit, according to Tindall, the root cause of England's collapse lay in the breakdown, where the team failed to impose themselves and assert control over the ball. They did not have to do anything to win that game. It was all given to them by England, he said bluntly. For Tindall, England's issues weren't limited to errors such as dropped passes or miscommunication. The concern was deeper, linked to mindset, intensity, and attention to the small, crucial aspects of elite-level rugby. My genuine worry isn't about dropsies and stuff like that, because that can happen. It can become infectious. You ultimately try harder when someone else makes a mistake, and then you make a mistake, and they need to find a way of resetting. My worrying thing was urgency to attacking breakdowns in certain parts. Tindall elaborated. This urgency, or lack thereof, was glaring. Time and again, English players failed to secure the ball after a tackle, allowing Ireland to pounce. Tindall referenced several instances where the ball rolled out the back to fly half Marcus Smith or other handlers, without proper control, leaving Ireland free to contest and capitalize. It was never on a plate for Ireland, Tindall continued. But England weren't making it hard for them either. That's my biggest concern. Reading the game, being proactive, getting to the breakdown first. Those are basic things, and at this level, the margin for error is tiny. The breakdown, a fundamental issue. The breakdown is often referred to as the heart of modern rugby, where games are won and lost. It's where players assert dominance, secure possession, and turn defense into attack. In this fixture, Ireland consistently outworked England in this critical area. Tindall compared England's approach to that of other teams, highlighting the difference in intensity. I was watching the Wales game. The urgency of the Welsh. Tomas Williams, if no one was there, he's clearing out, whereas I felt a lot of time our guys were exposed because no one was there. The urgency to clear out wasn't there. This lack of engagement at the breakdown snowballed. Small errors became significant. Turnovers became opportunities for Ireland to extend their lead, and England's entire game plan unraveled. That key players and tactical misfires in addition to breakdown inefficiencies. Certain players were unable to exert influence over the match. Fly half Marcus Smith, who started the game as the primary playmaker, struggled to find rhythm under the relentless pressure of Irish defense. Meanwhile, Maro Itoje, the captain and linchpin of England's forwards, was removed in the 54th minute after a subdued performance. A rare sight from a player typically considered an unstoppable force in the second row. Henry Pollock, in his starting role, was criticized by some pundits for not providing the work rate and influence required at this level. While his skills and athleticism are evident, Tindall suggested that the young back's strengths might be better utilized as a substitute against tiring defenses, rather than enduring a full 80-minute test against a hungry Ireland side that England's replacements, including scrum half Jack van Poortvliet, were unable to halt the momentum. Ireland's precision, cohesion, and intensity only increased as the match progressed, with 2 quick tries in the second half, followed by a bonus point score from hooker Dan Sheehan, pushing the visitors further ahead and leaving England's fans stunned. The psychological toll beyond tactics and skill, Tindall emphasized the mental aspect of England's failures. Coming off a demoralizing defeat against Scotland, players were already under pressure, and the inability to reset quickly affected both morale and performance. "My genuine worry isn't about dropsies, it's about urgency," he stressed. "If you lose a game, you got to find a way to reset. That mental aspect is crucial." Ireland were ready. England, for whatever reason, weren't. The breakdown is not only a physical contest, but also a mental one. A team's willingness to contest the ball, anticipate opposition moves, and respond quickly underpin success at this level. England's sluggishness and hesitation played into Ireland's hands, exposing the Red Rose to repeated scoring opportunities. The consequences for the Six Nations table. The implications of this defeat are stark. With 3 matches played, France lead the table with maximum points, maintaining an undefeated run. Scotland has also benefited from England's misfortune, moving above the Red Rose into second place. England, meanwhile, is under increasing pressure, needing victories in their remaining fixtures to salvage pride and maintain a respectable finish. Ireland's performance, meanwhile, has reinvigorated their campaign, showcasing the ability of Andy Farrell's men to rise from a position of underdog status and execute a near-flawless game plan on the road. That what needs to change, experts, including Tindall, have suggested several areas where England must improve to prevent a repeat of such a collapse. 1. Breakdown urgency. The team must contest every ball aggressively, ensuring Ireland, or any opposition, does not have free rein to attack from turnovers. 2. Leadership on the field. Ito's influence must be maximized, and a leadership group around him should step up to maintain discipline and focus. 3. Simplified game plan. Against strong sides, sometimes less is more. Players must focus on executing basics effectively, rather than overcomplicating their attacking moves. 4. Player selection and roles. Players like Pollock might be better suited for impact roles off the bench, while experienced options like Henry Slade could provide stability and communication in midfield. 5. Mental reset. England must develop strategies to overcome early setbacks in games and maintain composure under pressure, avoiding the snowball effect witnessed against Scotland and Ireland. Looking ahead, England's next fixture is against Italy in round 4, and it will be a critical test of Borthwick's ability to regroup his team and address the breakdown deficiencies highlighted by Tindall. Adjustments in personnel, leadership, and approach will be crucial if the Red Rose are to regain confidence and rebuild momentum in the 2026 Six Nations. The conclusion that Twickenham debacle against Ireland has exposed fundamental flaws in England's Six Nations approach. From lack of urgency at the breakdown to mental lapses under pressure, the Red Rose were handed a lesson by a determined Irish side. Mike Tindall's critique highlights the need for urgent changes, both tactical and psychological, if England are to remain competitive in this year's championship. The road ahead is challenging, but with the right decisions, leadership, and focus, Borthwick's squad has the potential to recover and finish the tournament with pride.